right? And then look at this. I'm just gonna turn up the saturation. It's gonna be fine. I've already heard people. This is the only thing, because I've tried to stay as spoiler free as I can. Obviously, I follow a lot of WoW people on Twitter, so I've seen a few things here and there. But I've seen a lot of discourse about how this could be the final patch of the expansion, and if it is, that's kind of a yikes. World of Warcraft devs give a first look at Guardians of the Dream, right? So this is basically the expansion, not the expansion, the patch that should be built for me, because it's supposed to be about the World Tree. If you know me, Norse mythology, sign me up. So let's see. Let's see.
Hello everyone, welcome to Wowcast.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about our next major content update, Guardians of the Dream. And I have two special guests here with me today. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Taylor Sanders. I'm an encounter designer on the World of Warcraft team.
And I'm Ann Stickney. I'm a senior narrative designer on the World of Warcraft team.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. What is coming with Guardians of the Dream?
Yeah, so
This Ragnaros statue, I have no idea how much I wanted it. It's so expensive though.
Guardians of the Dream is a huge content update. We have a new outdoor zone,
Wait.
the Emerald Dream itself,
Okay.
right, that we're going to be traveling to.
Let's wait.
We have a new raid.
Let's wait.
We have new public
Let's wait.
events within the outdoor zone itself. And then also Season 3 will be launching as well.
So we just finished up Fractures in Time. Can you tell us what's next? What are we going to
Does it look kind of-
expect in this major content update?
Well, with Fractures in Time, we kind of wrapped up the story of the Bronze Dragonflight, and we also saw Iridicron.
We fixed timeline forever.
It's unknown.
This art behind them, this is what I want it to look like.
One person that we haven't
needs to be like
seen since
Transcendence.
Zerlet Caverns is Farok. We get to catch up with him here. More importantly, what's going on is that
This is what I'm all here for. Do you see how dreamy and otherworldly this looks? This is why I stopped right when we started the video, because this just looks like what's the zone? Val'sharah in Legion. I want to see more of it,
Yggdrasil.
because this looks like impossibly dreamy and hazy and otherworldly. That's what I want the Emerald Dream to look like.
that tree, the seed that Tyrande took from the Shadowlands, she's planted it, it's been growing in the Emerald Dream, and it's about to cross over. It's a very powerful tree. We're
best
not the
one.
only ones interested in it.
Of course not.
So-
Can't be that easy.
Of course not. No, it can't be that. It's never that easy. So turns out Farok's kind of interested in this tree, and he's got some friends that he's bringing along with him.
We finally
That's not even... Wait, this isn't even the new zone. Right? Okay, hold on.
enter the portal into the Emerald Dream. What does it look like? What can we expect?
First off, we're finally going to the Emerald Dream, right? And we've seen like bits and pieces of it since like what?
Yeah, since, I don't know, back in
I mean, it goes back to vanilla, right?
the classic days
Yeah.
when the game was first kind of released.
Druids.
Yeah.
With the Druids, and then I think more.
Like, look at how vibrant this looks. Like, even this, to me, looks more like a literal Emerald Dream. Everything is like, is otherworld. There's still the mist, but it feels like all-encompassing, you know?
recently the Emerald Nightmare raid back in Legion, right? But we've always visited these little
Growing another
pockets,
tree?
and
I mean, they need
in
one.
Guardians of the Dream, we get to visit like an actual section of the dream. The Emerald Dream itself is a reflection of the wild world.
Yeah, like, look at this. Why is this not like mega blue? And why is this not like mega green? The colors kind of seem too gray to me.
So it's green, it's overgrown, it's beautiful, there's stuff blooming all over the place, but
Yeah, like, look at this. Why does it look so... I kind of want to just turn up the saturation on everything here.
So we aren't the only ones interested in that tree. Farok is there, and he's got some allies with him. So the place is, while part of it is
Normal? Yeah.
overgrown, wild, beautiful, blooming, there's also parts of it where Farok's
Yeah, but very on the nose, by the way, very on the nose. There's a thing in Azure Span. If you line up the things, they literally look like Eyes of N'Zoth, by the way. That's pretty interesting. This looks like just a Legion zone. This doesn't look like the Emerald Dream to me at all.
forces have hit this place. It's a war-torn landscape, right? It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but we're there to fix it
Yeah.
and make sure that
Oh, this is a bit more vibrant. This I like. But it's still not enough to me.
Farak doesn't get what he wants. If you are familiar with lore, we're going to the Eye of Ysera. And it's a place that has been mentioned in lore for a very long time.
Think it'll be
We've never been
small?
there. It's the center
We'll
of
see.
the Emerald Dream.
Yeah, like speaking of the size, I think it needs to be like again, this art behind them is kind of what I want the realm to look like, right? So there are a lot of these like waterfalls that are kind of impossible, but they're like interesting. They come from different directions. It's like an all-encompassing realm, right? Because we're literally entering the dream. That's what I want it to be like, right? And with dragon riding, I want the zone to be massive and for us to have these. This is like one thing I've been saying for a long time now. I really don't like the fact that WoW zones have now been squished so that they're like, it's a theme park, right? I want it to be a world again. And dragon riding sort of made that possible. So I want to have these sprawling forests that are just like completely green and it's insane how bright everything is. I want that.
Not literally, figuratively. So
Look at this. Hold on. We're going to go back again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at just like, imagine flying through like here and then all around here. And then this looks so cool. I'd still want it to be like a ton brighter. But this is kind of the vibe I want.
figuratively. So the Eye of Ysera
Look at this. It's just blue. It's just blue.
focuses on
It
the
looks
areas
good,
of the dream
but-
that are they need the most attention from the green dragonflight. And in Guardians of the Dream, it's a Myrtlesil. Obviously, you know, we want to help bring this tree.
You're like, I like this, but this looks like Ardenweald. And I loved Ardenweald. And Ardenweald was blue. Ardenweald is probably one of my favorite zones from the Shadowlands. But where's Emerald?
From the Emerald Dream into Azeroth.
The outdoor area that we have, releasing with our content update is just absolutely gorgeous. The art team has really outdone them.
This is what I'm talking. Look at this. Look at how bright it is. There are these glowing things. It's so vibrant. Exactly. This is what we want.
Themselves yet again, and seeing the Emerald Dream in all of its glory, right? As players,
Look at this comparison. Look at this comparison. Look at this,
just the art team has
right? And then look at this. I'm just gonna turn up the saturation. It's gonna be
players
fine.
get to explore finally like an actual zone that represents sort of all of the incredible sort of
This looks pretty
artistic-
nice. Oh, this looks really, really cool. Okay, this I like. I still wish it was brighter. There looks to be like an eternal fog over everything, which I get. It's supposed to be like a dream, but I don't want it to be a dream in the sense that everything looks washed out and blurry. I want everything to be like overwhelmingly green.
influence of the Emerald Dream, and we're going to see tons of great characters that
Yeah.
we kind of know and love that are related
You could tell me this is in Legion, and I'd believe you.
to the Emerald Dream itself.
So in this new zone, there's a new raid.
Or in
Can you tell us
Hyjal
more about
even.
the new raid?
Yeah, so one of the sort of war-torn places within the Emerald Dream is our new raid, Amir Drasil, the Dream's Hope. This is a
So it's not
raid
at the tree.
where players get to explore one of the most interesting places within the Emerald Dream. The story here starts at Wellspring Temple, which is sort of a place within the.
I think it's kind of a missed opportunity. I think Taliesin talked about this like a while ago, that the war, like not the war, but like the raid would happen around the tree. I thought that was really, really cool. Like battling for the actual tree. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Emerald Dream that's feeding Amir.
Which, by the way, would also feed back into Battle for Azeroth, right? They lost the first tree. For the second one, we fight and we win. I think it would make a lot of narrative sense.
This world
I
tree,
guess not.
all of its kind of energy and life force, it's nurturing the
Yeah.
tree. It's a very important place
This looks nice.
to Farak and his designs on the Emerald Dream and what he wants to sort of achieve here. One wing of the temple is untouched by Farak and his allies for now.
this
and
looks nice.
represents Sort of the wild nature of the Emerald Dream. There are
Again, like everything just feels too cold. This just, like if I could use one word to describe this looks cold to me.
defenders of the temple here who are natural to the dream, and one of those defenders is our wing boss for that section, Nimue, Weaver of the Cycle.
This I
So when
like.
players enter.
Which, by the way, another thing, like these sorts of creatures, we are entering the dream. Why is everything sort of just like normal? You know? I want to see more weird and impossible stuff. This is kind of the horror, the cosmic horror nerd in me, but whenever we're talking about these transcendent realms, I get very, very bored when it's just like a building with a little bit of trees growing over it. It looks good, but it's not like what I imagine a otherworldly realm to look like.
Nimue's chamber, it's this beautiful sanctum that really represents sort of the Emerald Dream in its most pure form. On the floor of the chamber, Nimue is ordering the weave of the Emerald Dream itself, sort of represent the act of creating things with the Emerald Dream and defending it and protecting it. In the other wing of
look at this. This looks cool. Look at how bright everything is. This is what I'm talking about.
This is a wing that's been destroyed by Farak and his molten allies, right? Smolderon sits at the end of this wing.
So it's just the Firelands.
The Fire Lord himself. And fire has sort of poured through this portal where Farak has brought the Firelands sort of screaming, you know, into the temple itself. So we're going to see all the destruction that has wrought.
Why does the fire... Hold on. Why does the fire look so good in the Emerald Dream patch? Is this some sort of twisted joke?
And be able to fight Smolderon right at the end of that wing. Another encounter we have within the raid is Tendril Sage Swift, who is one of the leaders of the Druid of the Flame.
Yeah, Druids of the Flame, basically the last time we saw them was in Cataclysm when we defeated Vandral Staghelm. But they've been planning this kind of resurgence, and with the burning of Teldrassil, they've been able to recruit a lot more
I imagine so.
willing people to go along with their plans.
The exciting thing about this encounter is that finally we'll get to
Ride
within the raid encounter.
And this is also one of those things that kind of makes me worried that this is the end, you know? Because a lot of people, whenever dragon riding was announced, Taliesin, again, made a whole video about this, that like the final, which by the way, I thought it would be against Galakrond. Because if you don't know, in World of Warcraft, there is a dragon so big, he ate other dragons, right? He ate other dragons and continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. And he became this grotesque giant dragon that was like so big, we literally needed to fly around it, you know? You can find the bones of him in-game. And I wanted the final fight to be against Galakrond, and we would have to fly around him. I think that'd be so cool, but I guess not. I guess it's just going to be a tree battle. Imagine flying across Galakrond. That'd be so cool.
In Dragon. This is incredibly cool.
Oh yeah, and what I was saying at the very, very start. A lot of people think that this might be another indication that this is the final patch, because it's like the pinnacle of what we've achieved, right? And now we're using our dragons to actually fight a threat, which is a pretty big deal in terms of like purely mechanics.
Opportunity to be able
to
jump
see.
on Dragonback with, you know, all of your friends that you're raiding with, and pursue Tendril as he sort of like flies around Yggdrasil, right? You're like banking through fireballs and stuff during combat, so it's gonna be really exciting to see.
This is cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, visually it sounds really cool to have 25 people all mount up, but mechanically, we need people to test it out. We just need people to test it out.
Yeah, PTR is so helpful for that.
Yeah.
And then of course, I mean, we can't forget Farak, right?
Finally.
It looks really cool.
The reason
Spicy, nasty boy.
Oh, I'm ready to beat him up.
he's here in the Emerald Dream, and the raid will end with a showdown against, you know, the Fire Incarnate himself.
Is there any like juicy rewards in the raid?
Yeah,
there is. I saw this.
Much as in other raids during Dragonflight, players can expect some new armor.
This I haven't seen. What the hell is that? Where's the head? Why is the head just fire? Okay. This looks pretty cool. This is supposed to be the shaman, right? I kind of dig this. It looks a bit weird on a troll because, like, it's literally clipping, like, right now. I would want to see what this looks like on, like, a dwarf. This looks badass. I want this set. This set is, I mean, it's obviously the Death Knight. This looks so cool. Call me an edgelord. I want this armor right now.
Armor sets that they can earn, right? That are.
Okay, so this Crusader looks really cool as well. What the hell is that? Is that the Druid? This is probably the Druid, right? Because it has the owls. I don't like this at all. Yeah, I don't like this at all. This I like. We need more classic wizard hats in WoW. We don't have enough of them. This Crusader is also really, really cool.
Sort of class themed, but also have a touch of the Emerald Dream to them, right?
Wait, hold on. Touch of Emerald Dream to them? I mean, a lot of them are very fire themed, but
Are sort of class themed, but also have a touch of the Emerald Dream to them, right?
they're cool though.
there's a-
Beautiful.
Like the
Their
art team once
art is
again
absolutely
popping off.
incredible for these new sets within the raid, so they can expect new sets to earn that'll each have class.
This is the Warlock, I guess. I like the horns, but it's kind of weird. What the hell is this? It's the ugliest one. It has to be the Hunter. Yeah, this is definitely the Hunter. And this is the Monk. I kind of like it. I want to see this on a Pandaren, not an Orc.
Bonuses
Cool
on
bonuses,
them.
yeah.
I'm really excited to get my hands on them for my characters.
I love collecting the sets too.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting our hands on something,
Yes.
Farok's got something really tasty for us to get our hands
Yeah, the
on.
legendary. I saw this.
We have a new legendary weapon coming in
Okay.
Guardian.
So this is the warrior, I guess. It looks kind of cool, but it looks a lot more woody than the others. Because it has like, I don't know. Is this even a warrior? I think it has to be.
Guardians of the Dream. This is going to be a two-handed axe so that players
Isn't that just Shadowmourne? But red. Okay.
can earn. They'll have to keep the ear to the ground exactly on how to get their hands on
Armor
it.
should look like
But
armor.
yeah, it's a really powerful weapon wielded by Farok himself.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's called Fearlath the Dream Render. We've
Yeah,
been
it's
listening to
badass.
feedback from the Embers of Neltharion update, and we hope we can provide something that players really feel like they can earn the axe over time and
Okay, so they're trying to do something deterministic, not just a random drop. Okay,
feel really rewarded for their time in the raid.
I guess.
So we've spoke about the amazing
Okay.
raid and the beautiful zone of the Emerald Dream. What other things can we expect in Guardians of the Dream?
So we've got something really unique coming to Guardians of the Dream. It's not just one public event, it's 3 of them, and they feed
Okay, I'll let her cook.
into each other in this kind of cyclical sort of wilderness nature kind of thing. There's 3 different events. First one is the Super Bloom, and that one is, if you've ever played Overwatch, it's like protecting the
Why can't we have everything be this green? Like this color of green? Why is everything not in the Emerald Dream not this level of green?
payload, right? Okay, so you've got this ancient who's going
This actually
through
looks
and
nice.
he's trying to, bloom the dream, and you have to help him out by defending him from things and helping him get things, that kind of stuff. When that's done, it triggers the second public event called the Emerald Frenzy, and it's a farming kind of public event where wilderness has kind of gotten out of control. So you go through, you're farming everything, and it's dropping currency, it's dropping seeds left and right. The more people that are in it, the more stuff you get, and it's just a grab. So that feeds into the Emerald Bounty. And with the Emerald Bounty, it's a fostering event, right? So all around the Emerald Dream, there's piles of dirt. You can take those seeds that you gathered and plant them in the dirt. Over the course of 5 minutes, it'll grow into a sprout. And the more people that show up and feed that sprout,
I don't think this is a good idea.
and nurture that sprout, the bigger it'll get. When it blooms after that 5 minutes, you get to loot it for cool stuff.
I love cool stuff.
Okay. Number one, what is with Blizzard either going like 100% in on something or not doing it at all? Like, we said we don't want systems. They were like, okay, no systems. What you will get is just gear. Great. But what we will do now is we will put in a public event in every single patch. And now we have like 10 of them. Which is like, okay. The problem with this is that there are so many of them that the player base is already divided among like 10 of them, and they just said, the more people there are, the more like cool stuff you'll get. Okay, what if there are not enough people there? I play in the mornings often. People are not awake. What happens then? Is it going to be annoying? Because a lot of the events currently, when you're alone, are annoying. And you can't even get the rewards. Why would you do that? But a lot of them are on a fixed timer. So if you're not online, well, you're not going to have fun. If you're not online at 3:40 p.m., you're not going to have fun. Too bad. I don't like these events. I don't. I honestly, I don't know. I've grown really, really tired of the public events because a lot of them are just literally the same thing, like copy pasted. I think we talked about this with 10.1. There was the researchers event. That might be the most boring piece of content I've ever played in World of Warcraft. I think so. I think Korthia was more fun than 10.1, the researchers events. And this looks alarmingly similar to that. I don't know. I think the public events were kind of cool for the expansion launch, and they were like very thematic, but now it's just like, and they just implemented the, by the way, funny story. I logged on to WoW like yesterday because there's a new patch on live servers right now as well. I went to do one of the like the dream surges, and we did the portal thing, and the chat was just flooded with, "Is that it?" And it was it. That was it. You flew over, killed a bunch of mobs, not even fully realizing what you're doing, and it was done. That was the public event. I don't know, these feel... They better be cooking something, but I don't know. Like... I don't know, because none of this stuff will be permanent. It feels...
Can you tell us more about the new Renown faction
Let him cook.
in this
Yes,
patch?
of course. We've got the Dream Wardens. I mean, we're going into the Emerald Dream, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the Emerald Dream is full of creatures that live there. And they also have a vested interest in protecting Amirdrasil, so they've decided to go ahead and team up with us. But it's composed of those creatures from the Emerald Dream. So you've got keepers, you've got dryads, you've got druids, obviously, you've got...
Look at how many of them there are. Why would you ever have this many chickens in one spot? Look at the amount of chickens here. That's a lot of chickens. Also, these owl boys look cool.
druids, obviously, you've got the green dragonflight, you've got rune bears. They're new.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
They're very cool.
Yeah.
And they've all come together to just kind of like help us out. And obviously, as with any renown that we've got, there are some really cool rewards
That looks pretty cool, but it can't fly.
involved as you increase
I'm gonna do
your
with that?
reputation with these guys. I need to level my
This is pretty cool.
druid alt.
Yeah, by the way, can we please pour one out for all of our druid farming alts? Because Drakthir are literally just better at farming now. Can we pour one out for the druid boys? It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
For this, because it's druid heaven.
Yes, Druid Heaven.
Anne and I both played
Yeah, all of my
druids,
druid
way
farming
back in
alts are just
2004, so I think we're
gone.
particularly excited to get to interact with this faction. I think we've never seen before in WoW these like types of characters that are really reminiscent of like Warcraft 3 and like
Yeah.
Night Elf and Druid lore. So it's going to be very exciting to interact with a lot of those creatures and characters that I associate with like my first character ever.
So as we're dragon
That's a mount. It flies. Okay, I want that. I want that. This kind of looks like the priest mount, the class order hall mount, and also kind of like the class order hall druid flight form. But it's an actual mount.
riding
That's pretty
through
cool.
this new zone, is there new dragon riding anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So players will be able to drag and ride through the Emerald Dream from day one, which is really a treat with all the incredible art.
Big W. The fact that they're finally allowing us to fly and making zones with the belief that we're gonna fly is the biggest W WoW has had in such a long time. This is a universal W.
That is within the zone just in itself.
You want to walk that zone.
Yeah, exactly, right? I want to swoop under branches and like
This looks really, really cool. Look at how vibrant this is. Everything needs to be this vibrant.
along the rivers and through that environment. They're also going to be able to collect new glyphs that are hidden around the zone and some new
Okay, so these are
transmog
basically the nether
appearances.
drakes.
There's a new dragon riding appearance and a new dragon riding mounts. So
Ooh.
there's
Okay.
a lot there for players who are interested in dragon riding and have enjoyed that during Dragonflight.
I'm all about collecting customization, especially for my dragons, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, there's a lot there for players who enjoy that. There's also a new active ability that players will be able to earn, with their glyphs called Second Wind, that allows them to sort of like.
I like this because this is permanent progression, but I'm also kind of worried about this because they've given us kind of so much in terms of flying that I think they're going to take it away. And I don't want them to, because this is an MMO. I get you want me to fly around the new zones, but then don't give me everything at once. I think they've given us so many of these, like, flying abilities that the next expansion, they're going to yoink all of them away. They're going to let us fly, but flying will be drastically slower. And I don't want that. Okay, let them cook.
Regain vigor instantly.
Ooh.
So they can gain a little bit more speed. There's new dragon riding races where they can try to, try their skills at that with some of these new abilities that they'll earn. And yeah, we're just excited to see how players enjoy zooming through the skies in the Emerald Dream itself.
By the way,
Sounds handy for
I like these. I've done so many of these dragon riding thingies.
that dragon
They're
riding
good.
encounter too.
Yes.
So you may want to collect your glyphs right away.
Practice. Just practice.
Yeah, get some practice in.
And there's gonna be a new season. Can you tell us more about what the season will be?
Yeah, absolutely. So Season 3 will start with Guardians of the Dream, and with it becomes a new Mythic Plus map pool. So we have 8 new dungeons.
So we have Dawn of the Infinite, so that's both of them. Wakehurst Manor, I like Wakehurst Manor, that's good. Darkheart Thicket, makes sense. Blackrock Hold, okay. Everbloom, makes sense. Throne of the Tides, and Atoll Desire. I'm still like, I really don't like the seasonal model, I'm not gonna lie. That's like my biggest problem with modern WoW at this point. It feels like an ARPG. Like everything is reset all the time, nothing matters. It kind of makes me sad.
That are arriving for
Which is the
players.
same thing I just said with the mounts, right? If they give you everything and then just yoink it all away, what was the point? Like literally, what was the point? What's the point of doing anything if they're just going to yoink it away? This is an MMO. Make something permanent. Can we make? I don't know.
To enjoy
The seasons
Mythic
feel
Plus. Among these
not
are some
an MMO.
dungeons that are appearing for the first time in Mythic Plus that we're really excited about. We had our mega dungeon, that players have really been enjoying from the Dawn of the Infinite.
I've done a bit of it.
And
It's kind of
we're
cool.
splitting that into 2 separate dungeons for players to enjoy in Mythic Plus. We also have 2 dungeons included in the map pool that really fit the theme of the wild nature of the Emerald Dream. The first is the Everbloom, which we last saw sort of in a challenge mode format, and the second is Darkheart Thicket, which we last enjoyed during
I remember farming Darkheart Thicket for something. I don't remember what it was.
Legion, which
Farmed
is
it a
really
lot.
druidic theme, right?
Oh, I farmed it for herbs because you could. Yeah, I remember. You could reset it and you could farm a lot of the red herb. I did that a
So we
lot.
sort of like venture
Forget what it
into
was
the
called.
beginnings of the Emerald Nightmare and that story back at that time. So we're excited to get players in there and see if the routes have changed since the last time they were in those
That's true.
dungeons. For each new season, we like to have a mix of dungeons that are more linear, but also mix that up with dungeons that are more open, like Atoll Desire,
Yeah.
and Wakehurst Manor in a way, to try to keep some variety in
Wakehurst
there. and
Manor
players
was
who
fun.
Enjoy routing.
People just the problem with Wakehurst Manor was that everyone got lost. I kind of wish they do like they put some like straight up just invisible barriers or something so people stop getting lost. Even I got lost in there. I remember playing in BFA and I got lost a lot. It's a confusing house.
and have some options, to really sink their teeth into.
There's gonna be, of course, Mythic Plus new rewards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything else for the new season?
Yeah, there'll be
tell us.
a new season of PvP rewards. So
Good.
new.
What the hell is that? What is this? I mean, this looks really cool. This looks like something out of Diablo. What is this though? I really don't like this. I don't even know what class that's supposed. It's probably a warrior. It kind of looks too light to be a warrior, but also it has enough spikes to be a warrior. I don't like this.
Cosmetic rewards for players to achieve in battlegrounds and arenas.
So work on your gladiator when it comes out. Get
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I'm
fancy
never getting
mount.
this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So everyone wants to know, when is the PTR gonna happen?
I think it's already
so
out.
The PTR will be coming this week.
Oh.
We'll be on the PTR. Ann and I will be running around, and we would like to see players in there with us enjoying the new content that we have.
Thank you both so much for hanging out and talking about Guardians of the Dream with me. And thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Oh, so all of this is live? Okay, so new zone, new raid, new legendary weapon class sets, public events, Dream Wardens vs. Renown, new season, customizations, dragon riding updates, class tone updates. It's an update. The zone looks kind of nice, I guess. It looks good, Like the art team has always done a good job. This looks
I'm
interesting,
really excited.
but kind of... I don't know. If this is the last patch of the expansion, they gotta be cooking something. There's no way this is the last patch. If this is the last patch, what the hell are they cooking for BlizzCon? Because this is just like... There's obviously, like, with major patches, there's a ton of stuff that doesn't get announced, right? So it's just kind of... You don't really look at this and just like, yeah, that's everything. Usually they do a lot of things that we only find out about later, you know? But on the surface, this looks kind of just like another thing, you know? I don't know, like, to me, it's like a 6, a 7 out of 10. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's average, but it also kind of is. Like, even if you look at, like, Embers of Neltharion, right? It's just, like, kind of... I don't know. Looks like a small patch. Well, I don't want to say it's a small patch, right? Because it has, like, everything we usually get. It has a new raid, it has a whole new zone, it probably has, like, a lot of questing. It has everything we sort of expect, but it's kind of just that, you know? Because... I remember there was a lot of conversations back when we had World of Systems Craft. There were like a lot of conversations about, imagine how much dev time goes towards these bizarre systems that no one likes. And you know, the argument there was that imagine how much more content we could have if people didn't spend time trying to make these systems that don't work on day one, and then we need to spend the entire friggin' expansion fixing the systems. Well, the systems are gone. And we have gotten a lot of content, but, like, for example, Fury Incarnate right here, Dream Surges. I know nothing about developing a game. Let's be clear. I know absolutely nothing about developing a game. But the Dream Surges do not look like something that takes a lot of time. It doesn't seem particularly complicated. Ditto for the Time Rifts. The Time Rifts do not seem particularly complicated. And I would say that the Time Rifts are, like, 3 times better. Not even 3 times. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say like 5 times better than the Dream Surges. The Dream Surges are mega boring. And obviously we got the Mega Dungeon, which was really cool. But... I don't know. This isn't something that... Of course, as I always say, I will probably play WoW until the game's shut down. Like, literally, the servers will shut down, I'll still be there. I'll still be there, waiting. But this doesn't just seem like particularly exciting. My biggest thing is just I wish, like, the whole zone, I don't like how samey it looks. And I don't mean samey in that it's like the same throughout. I mean the same as what we've seen. It doesn't seem like transcendent and dreamy enough to me. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And this just looks very drab and cold. Kind of depressing. This looks badass, though. This looks great. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like... It's like another event. I wonder what they're... I think there's more to this. I just don't buy that there's not something going on behind the scenes. I don't want to get, like, copium ready, because, like, you know, I'm kind of, like, not very excited for the patch, so I'm just going to start coping. I think there's something going on. I think they're cooking. Is there a world revamp on the way? Is the 10th expansion? You know? And this is... Like, we're very close to BlizzCon. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a patch. Like a usual WoW patch, but... I'm not very excited for it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess that's the patch. Like a 6, 7 out of 10, I guess. Mildly interesting. One day, there will come a day when I will be very excited for WoW again. There'll come that day. With World of Warcraft, the lore recently, none of the lore feels urgent, I guess. I don't really feel any sense of attachment to what's going on.